Hey everybody, it's Marshmallow here. This is my stuck in the middle episode review for one of the newest episodes. I've been behind a lot on videos, so I'm going to try to catch up today on both Stuck in the Middle and Bunked. So let's just get started with this review. This is the Cuff episode. This is a really good episode. I really did like this one. So Cuff, of course, has stayed, the school's out. Cuff is with the Diaz's in their house. Harley gets annoyed. He eats all of her food. He watches all the shows, cancels her shows on the DVR. Like, all of this stuff is super annoying. It's like having another kid in the house. So Harley's just like, enough of this. I don't think so. So I really did like Rachel. I loved Cuff in this episode. He was really fun to have. But yeah, everybody was great in this episode. Of course, Jenna Ortega, always great. But I always like to find these like really cool shots of her just doing random stuff. So yeah, here she's just yelling at him about her invention bag, which I thought was also really cool. So yeah, it's hard for her having Cuff around. It was really fun for that in the episode as well. Ethan was also good in this episode too. Ethan had like a fun storyline this episode of being like the older brother to Louie and Beast, which is really funny. I really like that. Greta was off limits throughout the whole episode until he smashed her. We'll talk about that later on in the review. But yeah, it was really fun to have Ethan and his storyline. And also with Louie and Beast. I liked Louie and Beast this episode. I thought they were great. They were really fun to have. They're kind of like really wild, and that was really nice to have Cuff there too, to get them riled up. So that was nice, as Harley said in this episode. So that was really nice as well. Thought that was great. I like seeing that, and I like seeing when Louie and Beast are involved. So that was really fun too. But the real fun part is when Cuff gets hired by Harley's dad. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it's going down for real. So I really liked that. It was really funny because you didn't expect that to happen, because it's like, wait a minute, don't you hate Cuff? And we actually even got a flashback of why he hates Cuff. Like, this flashback, like, Cuff borrowed his raincoat and cut the arms off of the coat. So I thought, oh my gosh, it's like hilarious. So yeah, but it was fun having Tom in the episode too. I thought he was really great. Like, all the characters really fit in this one, and they did a good job of removing Daphne and Georgie and their mom. So that was really great as well. Meanwhile, Harley gives Cuff these like horrible, gross, disgusting tasks to get him to quit, but it ends up he just loves the disgusting jobs and he gets paid for it. So I guess he fell in love with having a job. He ends up breaking up with Rachel. Rachel is just devastated. She turns into a whole different person. First she goes through her crying phase. I expected her to eat ice cream, but I guess that didn't happen. But she goes through her whole crying phase, and it was kind of like really hilarious. Ronnie Hawk was good in this episode too. I thought she was really great in this episode. It was kind of weird how they kind of brushed over the breakup a little bit. If you guys remember how they did like this long arc in Good Luck Charlie with Teddy and Spencer, I thought they were going to do that, but it's different than Good Luck Charlie, the show is, so yeah. And they explained also how when a sibling gets broken up with by boyfriend or girlfriend, it affects the whole family. So they showed that as well. That happens in real life, I guess. Sometimes it does. In big families, I've heard of that. So that's accurate. And then Rachel goes through her whole I don't want to try phase. She just wants to be comfortable. So I thought that was also hilarious too. But yeah, Rachel was great in this episode. She ends up getting back with Cuff in the end, so I thought that was really great too. Cuff gets fired, of course. That makes sense. It wasn't gonna last. Ethan finally smashes Greta, which I thought that was really hilarious. And then Louie and Beast are just like, teach us guitar. And he's like, I've smashed my guitar for you people. So I guess that makes sense as well. So overall, it was fun. That storyline is actually really fun. I actually really liked this episode. But what did you guys think of it? So all's well that ends well, I guess, with Cuff getting fired and Rachel and Cuff being back together. Everything ends well for Harley as well. She kind of gets, she gets to watch her show and eat some of the crust. Oh, I don't know why she would eat after Cuff. That just seemed weird, but oh well. So I guess all is well that ends well in the Diaz family once again. But what did you guys think of this episode? I liked this episode. I'm really excited to watch the next one. I haven't seen it yet, so no spoilers in the comments below. But I am really excited to see the next one and do my review. I don't know if that's coming either today, tomorrow. It's supposed to be streaming, so I don't know if it's today's Sunday or Saturday. I think tomorrow is Sunday, so I'll stream tomorrow. But what did you guys think? Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.